My name is Jasmine Elder. I'm a plus size designer out of Atlanta, Georgia. I am 30-ish, and that's all I'm going to say about that. When I was about 15 or 16, I met this guy named JIBRI, who was a local designer, and he made an outfit for me for some event, and it was just fantastic. And I was just so drawn to him that I just became a little pest. And he basically took me under his wing. He taught me how to construct a garment, and I stayed in the costume realm for a little while, but then one day everything he taught me just kind of merged together and it turned into a beautiful garment. When I started working, I couldn't find the clothes that I wanted. I couldn't find the things that I needed to build my own wardrobe. So that's when I decided, let me give this a chance. And he stuck with me, and I always said, my first child will be named JIBRI, and it so happens my first child came in the form of a dress. That's why I named my line JIBRI, in memory of him. It's a sophisticated, glamorous line for women like that. They're looking for, the staples. They're looking for classic pieces. They're looking for dresses that just make them smile for no reason. And those are the clothing options that I offer. I like all things glamorous, all things beautiful, all things cultural, no matter how weird or if it's accepted or not. I always find something beautiful in everything. The line has actually been featured in a lot of magazines: Lucky, Essence, Vogue Italia, Elle Finland, Plus Model Magazine, which is really big within the plus size community. Blogs, lots and lots of blogs, and blogs have been amazing because they really help catapult me to being known at all.
Hi, I'm Chastity Garner, plus size fashion blogger from Dallas, Texas. I love JIBRI because it allows me, not my size, to dictate my own style.
Yeah, I'm sold on Etsy, and like I said, the bloggers and they start talking about it, and then I started getting contacts from small boutiques that are all over the world that are looking for plus sizes, and so I'm carrying quite a few of those as well. And it's just really been amazing.
As you can see, I'm a huge fan of JIBRI with over 20 pieces in my style arsenal. I love JIBRI.
Right now, I think I do have access to all of the plus size boutiques because they're looking for me. But the stores that don't necessarily cater towards plus in general, they still cater towards women. And these women are out here and they don't have any options. They're coming into your store and they can get a pair of earrings, and I want to be able to give them a dress. Some of my most exciting shows have been shows that are catered towards plus size women. I recently showed at New York Full Figure Fashion Week, where I was honored as Designer of the Year, and that was like such an amazing experience. The show was beautiful. My customer is ambitious, they are adventurous, they're confident, and they're sophisticated. They're very glamorous, they're beautiful, they're well tended, and I just love looking at them because these women have everything else together. They just don't have anything to wear to the party. They've got the invitations but nothing to wear to the party. And I love that about it. I love being able to provide, the clothing that they're living their lives in. And I know what's out there. I know for my personality that I'm not necessarily interested in wearing a floral bed sheet. And these are, who I am as a woman is I'm not hiding anything. I'm not, depressed. I'm not sitting in the corner. And I wanted to make clothing or create clothing for women who felt that same way. I'm definitely inspired by vintage movies and women from the past, including my mother, who would love to hear that. My mother is and always was a very character-based fashionista. She has these themes in her clothing, and I grew up seeing that. that's something that I love. And the clothing that I design for these women, I draw from those women because, not to sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but I remember when I look at these movies and I look back at my mom and her friends, they looked like ladies all the time. They were sexy and feminine and sophisticated and glamorous, and I always admired that. That was something I've always loved. So when I design these clothes, that's what I'm going for. I like to accentuate the curves instead of hiding them. I think a lot of the plus size clothing that's been here forever, it makes the assumption that you don't want to show your waist, or you don't want to show, your legs or your arms. And I don't think that's true at all. So I definitely tailor the clothes, which is something that's not out there for plus size women. Everything is stretch, and I don't necessarily do a whole lot of stretch. Some things, of course, you stretch a little bit, but I'd like to focus on, actually showing the silhouette of this woman's body. I have customers all the time that they'll send me an email or call me and say, I want to get this dress, but I want to lose 30 pounds first, or I want to lose 100 pounds first. And I'm thinking, really? Because you're alive right now. And of course, I could say something corny like fashion doesn't wait for anyone, but life doesn't wait. I want these women to feel beautiful and embrace the beauty that's there already, right now. Live their lives right now. I've actually had celebrity contact and purchases from Jill Scott, Jennifer Hudson, Amber Riley.
Listen, welcome back. In the March issue of Essence magazine, we fell in love with the photo of Amber Riley. We love that. And she, as well as many Wendy viewers on my site, have inspired us to do our first ever Wendy plus size fashion show.
Now, she's wearing leopard, which is a huge trend right now, but a lot of curvy women feel like they can't wear a full dress. That's animal print. But again, the cut and the fabric are so important. If you notice, the pleated detail at the hip really sort of enhances her curves.
Yeah.
And also, it really kind of lightens it up for spring to pair it with a nude pump instead of a black pump. It's $250 at JIBRIonline.com.
Unfortunately, though, plus size celebrities aren't photographed unless it's red carpet, and I haven't done a lot of red carpet work. I do, like I said, these are the clothes that my shopper lives in. They go to the store in these clothes, they go to church in them, they go to work in them, they go to baby showers and weddings. They live their lives in these clothes. They're not just for the camera. The plus size industry or plus size clothing needs this so badly that something as simple as a pair of black pants. If you are a size 6, you can get a pair of black pants from Kmart. You can get a pair of black pants all from the Gap or Banana Republic, French Connection, Armani. You can go all the way up to a pair of $6,000 pants. If you are plus size, you can get a $39 pair of pants that are acetate, that have a stretch acetate blend, and that is it. There's no tier. There's no different. We don't have different tiers right now. So to be able to provide clothing that go for the trendy young customer of H&M to the everyday American woman at Macy's, all the way up to a higher end customer at Saks Fifth Avenue, that is an amazing experience and an amazing opportunity for everyone. That's why I've created JIBRI. Just, when you were a kid, your parents would tell you, what you wear or what you look like on the outside doesn't dictate who you are. And that's 100% true. But the truth of the matter is we all want a little icing. Everybody wants a little glitter paint job. It feels good to look good. It feels good to feel good. It feels good to be able to express yourself with your, the way that you dress or your hair or your jewelry we all like that. Everybody likes to express themselves with the way that they enter the room. I remember being an overweight teenager, and I didn't necessarily get bullied or whatever, but I kind of created this persona, this club kid, to distract people from, the fact that I was an overweight teenager. And I became that, that girl Jasmine that wears all those crazy clothes? That was it. There was no more mention of my weight anymore. So I know that you can also, in a more positive way as an adult, be, Keisha or Tanya or Kim. She always looks so beautiful. Like, who doesn't want that description? When I make these dresses, it's not to hide, who you are. I remember hearing, and I'm sure all women have heard, wear black or wear darker colors, it makes you look smaller. It doesn't. It doesn't make you look smaller. You just look your same size with the black dress on. So I don't necessarily make clothing or design clothing that is supposed to be this magic potion to try to make you look smaller. I just want you to look beautiful. And I think that's one of the things I love about what I do. I'm able to, give people a dress or whatever the garment is. I'm able to give them something that makes them feel beautiful, period. I'm happy that some of the mainstream designers are starting to branch into plus sizes because, it does at least offer some other options. It's just that the tailoring doesn't seem to have been changed, or the shape doesn't seem to have been changed. It's literally like a bigger version of what it was in the first place. And I know that may not make sense to a lot of people, but again, I live in this body, so I know that, the curves are very much different. Where we want to show a little accent is different. You can't just make the t-shirt bigger. You're gonna have to do a little something more just to make it still beautiful for that customer, not just a bigger version of something that was already there. This opportunity, I must say, of all the shows that have ever come out, I've never been as excited about one as this one. My phone, when it came on, my phone was buzzing. Facebook messages, tweets, people were sending me messages that I do not know saying, you need to watch this show, Fashion Star. You need to try out for this show, Fashion Star, because this is what you need. And these are people that don't even really know exactly what I need. I know what I need, which is that I know that JIBRI has gotten to a place that I need help. I'm as far as I can go by myself. There are orders that I get that I can't fill because, there is a financial restriction for me. There's a production restriction for me. And even access to fabric, those are restrictions that I have that prevent me from being able to grow any further. Like, I've gotten this far with no money. I started this company with $500 and no PR, no marketing or anything like that. I've been able to have all these major magazines to call and want to use my things. Like, I can only imagine what can happen for this line if I had the resources that this show would provide me. I definitely feel that though there are lots of women who have found me, but these are women that are looking for blogs, and they're searching for these things. There's so many women that aren't. There's so many women that just go to Macy's. They just go into the store looking, and I'm not there. There's nobody like me there. And I want to be in a place where I can be visible to these women who've felt invisible for so long. The opportunity to be able to provide clothing on that level for those type of customers with all over America, and I don't know, is this even viewed all over the world? Probably. Yeah. Like, who wouldn't want that? My favorite designer, JIBRI, Jasmine
I
Elder.
just started, absolutely. I'm totally rocking one of her, Woo! I think I am.
Check it out.
One of her pencil skirts.
Too sexy.
So I find that her pencil skirts really flatter. This one's very stretchy, which is great because it's just so right down to your knees.
Yeah, she's really good at that.
Cuts it like that. But she manages to do it in a way that you can still walk and you can still do your thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just got a small shipment of her things in, and I think you're going to be seeing more of her in the future.
Just in a nutshell, I've told you about JIBRI, and I hope I've told you a little bit about Jasmine, because not to toot I'm a good person, I'm a good person, and what I'm trying to do is something that is good. It's something that will help so many people just feel better about themselves, because we live in this place where I myself am everything that if I went by a magazine, I would want to jump out of the window every day. I am a woman, I am a minority, I am plus size, I am all these things that the world says isn't beautiful, yet I feel so beautiful every day, and I get an opportunity to make a million other women feel that way. Yeah, we all know that we live our lives in these clothes, and we all live in this world where the way you look, it people judge you by it, and it dictates the way you feel about yourself. And, I've been blessed with this gift that, gives something back, gives something to these women. I'm a silly girl, and, I have my flaws. I'm all these things. My friends tell me that I'm a mixture of bubblegum and vodka and, glitter and all kinds of crazy things. But at the same time, this is something that I really want to do. This is something I really want to give back to this world. And I'm just excited about this opportunity. So, thank you.